Hey guys, it's me again. One last video for today. So this video is going to show you how to set up your paper. You've done all your research, you've got your reliable sources, you got your information for your works cited page. Now you're ready to put your paper together. So this is what we're going to do. Go over here and share my paper, share my screen with you. All right, so I've opened up a Word document. Bright, pretty new Word document. So what you're going to do first is come up here where it says paragraph and click the button there. And you're going to come here where it says line spacing and change this from single to double. And then click OK. All right. And then I'm going to come over here to my font. Remember in the instructions, I asked for Arial. So we're going to come here. Mine's under my recently used fonts, but you can also look down here and you can find it, Arial, and then change the size to 12. My purpose behind doing that is so that everybody's is the same across the board. You don't have some saying, well, I use a size 16 font and so I didn't have to put as much into my paper. This way, everybody's on the same board. As you get into high school, college, and all, most teachers do require the same size font, same kind of font, especially once you get into college. So let's go ahead and start now practicing good research projects, habits. All right, so then after I've changed my font, I'm going to come up here again under where it says paragraph, but I'm going to click this align right button. And this is where I'm going to write my heading. So I'm going to write my name, type my name, hit enter, and then you're going to put the date. This can be the date it's due. You can put today's date, whichever way you want to do it. Hit enter again, and this is where you're going to put the assignment, which is be an expert historian. Then you'll hit enter again. Come back up here to the alignment, and we're going to put center. This is where you put a title. Now for your title, you can just put just the name of your person. The one I've been using kind of as my example has been Thomas Jefferson. So I could just put Thomas Jefferson. Or if you want to, you can already start working on doing historical titles. So you could put like Thomas Jefferson, put a colon, and then like for mine, I called mine the man with the iron pen. Just something catchy that kind of gives you a little clue as to who Thomas Jefferson is and kind of reels you in and makes you want to read the paper. But if you want to just put the person's name, that's fine. All right, so then we're going to hit enter again, come up here, and you're going to align left. All right, so then you'll hit tab, and this is where you would start writing your paper. Now I've already kind of got some of it going over here. All right, so the first paragraph is your introduction paragraph. This is a paragraph in which I will introduce my historical person. Make sure when writing a research paper, you do not use I, me, or my. You would not say my historical person is Thomas Jefferson. Instead, you may start your paper off with something like, Thomas Jefferson was an important person in the history of the United States. This is some kind of topic sentence that grabs the reader's attention. So that's your introduction paragraph. In there, you're going to highlight what made them famous. So for like Thomas Jefferson, I would say Thomas Jefferson was an important person in the history of the United States. He was the author of the Declaration of Independence. He did blah, 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 blah. Just a short, brief glimpse into his life. And then you would go on to your paper. Body paragraph 1. This is a paragraph where you begin to give details about your historical person. This is more of what you're going to do their beginning life, the beginning part of their life. This is where were they born? Who were their parents? Where did they go to school? Who did they marry? Did they have kids? Those kinds of things. Then you're going to go into body paragraph 2. This is the paragraph that should be used for their public life. This is what made them famous. So for here, I would write about Thomas Jefferson writing the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson being a president, Thomas Jefferson being an ambassador. Those kinds of things would go into the body paragraph here. Then body paragraph 3, this paragraph should tell about their life after they did what they were famous for. This information can include how they died, where they died at, what they did after they retired from public life. And then closing paragraph, this paragraph is used to wrap up your paper. You're going to use it basically to restate what was in the introduction paragraph. But don't use the same wording. You need to mix it up, okay? All right. So then, let me come back over here to my sample here. So this is where I had my paragraphs. Paragraph, 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 and all that stuff. All right. So when I have typed my paper is complete. I am going to come up here to insert, right up here across the top, hit insert, and then I'm going to hit page break. This is basically put me onto a separate sheet of paper. Come back over to home, hit center, and then this is for your works cited page. So the title is going to be works cited. Hit enter, and then you're going to hit align left. Then you're going to go into your paragraph settings again and come up here where it says special and put it on hanging. Now I'll show you what that means in just a minute. So I've got my book here where I had before about Napoleon. I don't have any books about Thomas Jefferson here at my home with me, so I'm going to use this one over Napoleon to show you how to type to set up for your works cited page. So the author of it was Owen Conley. So remember, we did Conley, comma, Owen, period. Then in italics, and to write in italics, you can do Control I, or you can come up here under the heading that says font and click the I there. So then I'm going to type in the title, period. And now I have to make sure I take it back off italics. So I can either do Control I again or click off of the I up there. All right, and then I'm going to type the city in which it was published, colon, the publisher, which was Rowman and Littlefield. Now see how when it came onto the next line here, that it came over just a little bit. That's what it means by hanging, okay? So Rowman and Littlefield, Publishers, Inc., period, and then the date it was published, which is 2006. So then I would hit enter, and you can see it brings me back over. And I'm going to hit enter again, and then I'm going to type the next one. You should have at least 3 of these, okay? So I've asked for 3 reliable sources, so you should have at least 3 of these. So this is your paper. Then once you are finished with it, you save it. You would come up here, go File, Save As. Just depending on how your computer is set up, I would do Browse, and then I would save it in a place where I knew where it was. And I might would say Tabitha Brady, Expert Historian Project. Save it, and then you can attach it in Ignition, okay? So that is how you set up your paper. If you have any questions about it, feel free to call me. You can message me on Ignition. You can send me an email. Several different ways to get in touch with me. Feel free to ask. I don't mind at all. Don't forget to send me your historical person. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks, and y'all have a good rest of your day. And this is the last video. Yay!